show some stretching down here. This will be static stretching, and we stretch a little different, and I do a little bit of different kinds of stretching than other people do. So we're going to start with Derrick here. We're going to start with put your arm across. I'm going to put about a 30 count. Pull the other arm across. You're just going to feed yourself just a little bit through the camera this time. But normally we hold it for a 30 to 50 count. All right, then we're going to do, we're going to bend over the knees. You're going to put your arm on your hand on your thigh, and you're going to take this arm, you're going to try to straighten it out. You're going to hold that. So you're going to drive your lat muscle up. Try to get as straight as you can out there. Yep. You hold that for a little bit, and this works. This is going to stretch out this whole area here. And then the other side. All right, now we're going to move into a hip stretch. So I'm going to have Derrick down on his knees. What we're going to do is we're going to take the left foot and put it way out here. We're going to get a nice far drive out of this. So way out in front of you. And then this is going to stay at 12 o'clock. And then this arm is going to go up. And we can put a kettlebell or a dumbbell in his hand. And you're going to drive your hip forward. Let this stay behind you and you drive your hip forward. Hold that for a little bit. This also is kind of a balance one, so we have to balance a little bit too. So. All right, go to the other side. All right, good. And then right from there, we're going to do a hamstring stretch. So we'll leave you right where you're at, and you can hand it under balance. You're going to take your, let's do this other side first. Let's face it again. We'll do a little bit of that. So, we're going to have you on your knee, and what you're going to do is you're going to take, this one's going to be on the ground, this one's going to be off this, straight off to the side, and your heels are going to be, legs will be straight, toes will be coming up, and you're going to sit back into that stretch. And the more you pull your toe in, the more you're stretching the hamstring. The more you come out here, the more you get another part of it, the more you go in there, the more you get the inside. So I usually go where the weakest part of mine is. And usually, for me, it's the outside. And you actually, the more you sit down into that stretch, the more you're going to feel. Good. Then we're going to shift the ball to the other side. The leg up, do the same thing. All right, good. Then we're going to do a side split using the floor. So again, you can get on your knees and up on your feet. So keep your hand down, feet up, get into a split stance. So take your feet up in the air. So you're going to have your spread up. So you come up here, feet out to the side, wide as you go, right? Okay, and then feet come up a little higher. Yep, there you go. And you're going to start trying to slide that wide as you can. Again, most people don't do these. You want to get you a little more straight here, and a little more out to the side. A lot of people don't do these because you can't get a side split perfect, or you think that you have to be perfect to get them. You don't. The more you can hold this, that'll stretch out, and the more you get flexible there, the better you are. You don't have to be a gymnast or the cheerleader type that can touch. All right, then I'm going to have you sit down, feet in front of you, and we're going to reach out to your toes, get your legs straight. And the idea here is to not to bend too much here to go get it, but to be kind of here and now. Reach up and try to touch your toe and drive there. And we're going to open up the hamstring doing that. All right, now we're going to move into a cat stretch. Cat stretch. Okay, get on all fours. You watch your cat get something taking a nap. Stretches that back up to the sky. So you come out here and stretch this as high as you can in the air. There you go. Don't be sit down. That's enough. Thank you. Try to keep it all together. So I know what this is. Here, please do. Okay. Yep. Okay, now we're going to take the hands way out in front of us. The hands are come out here. And we're going to put them together and just drop back out. Drop down towards the floor. So we'll do that. Your feet where they're at. You want to stretch all this out. There you go. All right, now we're going to bring them up into a further stretch. So it's going to be your end. And the old hurdler stretch used to be like this, and this would stay straight, and you try to touch his toe. The problem with this was hard on the hips, so they changed that now to in here, and he's still good now. He's going to try to reach out and touch his toe. Gets a lot better angle with a lot less pressure on your hip, and you lower that. All right, then we're going to stretch it a little out. All right, then we're going to lay your back. What we're going to do is we're going to get one leg straight, so pull the other one into his body. We're going to hold that. Try to keep this one straight, try to pull that one nice and high. Don't put the lower back a little bit. For a lot of the weightlifters, the next three are very painful because we have really tight hips from the lifting we do. So, all right, let's go to the other side. Good, now we do both of them. All right, good. I'm going to scoop your head around. You take it back. We're going to scoop your head around to that side so you'll land your back again. And what we're going to do is just show this in the front. So what he's going to do is he's going to keep his legs up. So he's going to both his legs up in this position. He's going to take this one over the top. And he's going to put his foot, hand here and here. He's going to pull that towards him. And again, you don't always get it high right away, but as that hip loosens up, it'll come up a little bit higher. The biggest thing that happens when we get older, we don't stretch enough, we don't hold low enough, and we don't do enough balance exercises. And that's why when we fall, we get hurt a lot more because it's a lot harder to thud to the ground because we're not flexible. All right, let's do the other side. All right, now we're going to take the cross leg again, and this time you're going to use this leg as a drive leg. So he's going to grab both his hands on this knee, he's going to pull it to his left shoulder, and if he wants to make it harder, then this knee will come up and drive that leg a little bit more towards the face and get a little stretch that way. And this is probably the most painful of all the stretching you do. Really, with that low back, hip, and rear end, and lower back. All you're hitting with the top of the hamstring. So. All right, we're going to go to the other one. And what I do when I stretch clients, if I'm going to do this, when I do it a little bit different, is I'll hold it here. So I'll get it out here, and then I'll hold it so it's coming down here. Then I'll start pushing it over so the leg gets a little bit more down on its thing, so it's a little harder, but by yourself it's hard to hold that. And then, you can move it different ways. All right, we're gonna move on. I want to shut that, finish over here. All right, we're gonna do a calf stretch. So I'm gonna have you face the wall here. Go down on the wall. And we take one, leave that foot pretty close to the wall. Take this one back. And what I want you to do is I want you to straighten this leg as much as you can. Drop that knee to the wall. And just hold that thing. Try to keep both your feet flat. So this one you come up with it. This one's gonna heel stays on the ground. Good, then we'll do it. To the side. Again, for most people, this just really close to the calf muscle. All right, I'm going to give him a hip stretch. So we face sideways on the wall. We're going to hold it here. What we're going to do is you're going to take this leg, keep that foot on the floor. This way, drive the hip out. Another way of stretching the hip. And it doesn't look like much, but it's pretty nasty when you hold your foot all the way down. Good, over to the other side. Now you should hold this roll up. On this one, sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 reps of it, hold it up for 15 or 20 seconds because I have real tight hips, so this one's a good one to loosen it up. All right, we're going to move over to the pole here, the yellow pole, and we could do this in a doorway or anywhere you have room, but I'm going to have Derrick take his hand for a couple up there, and I want you to turn away from your body there and stretch it out nice and high. And this is going to open up the shoulder here. Now I go ahead and knock it down about 2 to 3. So I'm almost there. Pull it out. And then we'll go down over. So come down right here. Okay. And all this is different angles of the shoulder. And we'll do the other side the same way. Okay, we're going to move on over to the pull part. Okay, we're going to have Derrick do another shoulder stretch. Let his weight start falling down. Just enough to stretch him out. We don't want to get into a completely hanging mode, but we want to do a good stretch in the shoulders and arms. Good bicep stretching. All right, good. I'm going to have you finish right here on the floor. We're going to finish with some neck work. So what we're going to start on is I'm going to have Derrick over here. He's going to grab this side of his head. And he's going to pull it. Not making one side tighter than the other. Just trying to relax the whole thing and pull it and hold it for a count. And then we'll do the other side. A lot of times we do this, you feel your neck pop a little bit, and you know that we're getting the vertebrae cracking in here a little bit. All right, the next one is called an armpit stretch. And what he's going to do is he's going to come up and he's going to grab his head here, and he's going to pull his nose towards his armpit down, and that's going to stretch it all through here. So feel that? You feel right there? And that's probably because, you know, the bad shoulder at times, and I think that all ties in together because I have a bad shoulder, and that's out of my neck. So. All right, let's do the other side. And that angle is just very important because it's a way that our neck seems to get jerked around sometimes. So, all right, then I'm going to have him take his finger, put it on the left side of his chin. Okay, so you drive it as far over as you can. So you're going to turn your head far, and you're going to use your fingers to get a little bit extra push. A lot of people just tell you to do it this way, but I find it's easier. I get a lot more here, and it doesn't hurt nearly as much as you try to jerk it over the head a little. All right, and the other one. And then the last one we're going to do is either just look up. This is a fun one to do outside or some mall to hurry what's up with you. Even in the gym, they do it in the gym, everybody put it up one. And then the other one we're going to do chin in your chest. And we just hold these, and this is one you can do anytime. All right, good. So that's our stretching. It's a short, quick one. I do this about 5 days a week. If I don't, I notice a difference within a few days. So we'll be back with another video. You'll see. Bye.